Hello my friends, Takuya here, and welcome back to another Kaiser Redux A to Z playthrough in Hearts of Iron 4. We're still doing this, my friends. As people are already aware by now, the Kaiser Redux mod is the mod in which Germany won World War I, and in our A to Z playthrough we have gone through quite a number of nations, and we are still on the Ds, which from that we have done Deutsch Middle Africa, we have done the Deutsch, East Asia thing here, the Ostasian, and now we are on the final one of the Deutsch nations. I'd say, not Deutsch nations, the Deutsch colonies. The varying different states that just begin with Deutsch. Deutsch West Africa. Easily the smallest of all the varying different Deutsch colonies that we have done, but also one that is, doing fine, I guess. This is not fine. We have a corrupt feudal society that is controlled by the French, the British, and also simultaneously the Germans. It is a very messy scenario here. Can we make it worse? Probably. You've seen how these things typically go. But my friends, before it is that we get back into today's episode, I would just like to thank today's sponsor, Rocket Money. Now, for those of you who do not know what Rocket Money is, this is a service that is incredibly useful. I have actually used it for years myself, ever since it was a service called Truebill. Essentially, from what it is you can see behind me right here, Rocket Money is a service that keeps track of your spending, and if you have any, subscriptions that you have subscribed to for years, or maybe did so on that random time that you wanted to sign up for something for a free trial, but then subsequently forgot, and then you end up getting charged for literally months, yeah, Rocket Money is something that actually helps with that. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps to find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. It helps to monitor your spending and helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. Genuinely, this is a service that has saved my life on more than one occasion, as my wife could probably tell you, because I tend to sign up for things when doing research and then subsequently forget about what it is that I signed up for. So yeah, that does tend to happen. So yeah, my friends, I'm saying this here at the end, and I genuinely 100% mean this. By all means, go and use my link. Go to rocketmoney.com/Takuya. Click my link down in the description. It is something that will genuinely help you. I promise you. And that way you hopefully won't continue to disappoint more people in your life like I have on repeated occasions. Yeah, that's true. Again, as I already said, this is the game in which Germany won World War I. The state of the world as it is quite broken, and so too is pretty much every single country in here. We have 2 research slots from the very beginning, which means that we are not going to hardly be able to do anything, so we're going to need to get our industry underway here, fixed as soon as possible. And the fascinating thing about Deutsch West Africa is that it has, as I said before, a 3-part system, like a tripart system, something in which the colony is jointly managed by both the French, the British, and the Germans. And you will actually have to decide between the varying powers who it is that you want to align yourself with more. It's really a fascinating system. The only one that we can do right now, the tripart colony. West Africa is an interesting situation. Despite the colony being under the nominal control of the German Empire, the old colonial structures of the French and British still exist and function under German command. This has created a delicate balance of power between the British, French, and Germans, something that has gained West Africa the title of the tripart colony. With only 6 units here from the very beginning, we have a somewhat decent-sized army. At least it's actually fully equipped, so that is, not too bad from the very get-go. Well, let's see what happens. The fate of Middle Africa and its destiny. I love how we have the option here to control actually what exactly happens with Middle Africa, and we'll say, yeah, Middle Africa, collapse. Let's create some chaos. Out of the ashes, we'll have some fun. From the very get-go, this is actually quite fascinating. We actually start off on war economy, which is fantastic, mind you. That is amazing. Only problem is, we don't have any industry. There is literally nothing for us to do. So we're on a state of war economy with nothing that can be done. We don't even have any military factories, so we start with a fully equipped army and nothing that we can actually use. In fact, the population is even demanding right now to demobilize the economy. Oh my god, I hate my life here. Alright. And Africa's fringe. West Africa is an interesting situation, despite the colony being under the nominal control of the German Empire. Oh, well, you already read this. The whole thing is about the tripart colony. What the future holds for West Africa is still unclear. The governor's health is declining, and with the British, French, and Germans each scrambling for control, West Africa is as divided as ever. Can German rule remain, or will the scales tip in the British or French favor once more? Not ideal. We're looking at a new scramble for Africa, and yeah, there goes Black Monday. That's fun. Thank you. I appreciate it. With that, my friends, that means the Black Monday hits West Africa. The rippling effects of Black Monday have finally taken their toll on our economy. Yeah, but what economy? What economy did this take its toll on? The rubber bartering sales? Things can't get much worse, right? Gets event. Things get worse. Fun. From a scar to star, the rise of the Quasi Bruce. The recent wave of Togolese unity has increased anti-colonial tensions and led to a marked resurgence in various native cultural identities that are done around Togoland, with a larger unified Togolese identity reforming in the shadow of the Kaiserreich's long rule. Ooh, we're getting native pushes. You know, actually, now that I'm looking at this here, I've done a lot of pushes where we've done stuff here where, you know, solidifying German control and all that other stuff in the varying different colonies. What if we went for a native run? Like, not Hermann Goring and his insane path here, nor not any kind of colonial pirate effort, or whatever the hell that previous thing was. What if we went full native? From art and cuisine to religion and music, all aspects of Togolese life, anything uniquely and wholly African, has seen a massive explosion in diversity and prominence. This new cultural revolution has been compared to the famous Harlem Renaissance of the United States. This is YouTube. I'm not going to say it. With many of the aspects being similar between the two, in what both heavily promote a return to purely African identity. Well, things get worse. The effects of Black Monday have rendered our economy useless and sent our nation into partial collapse. The crisis has been hard on everyone in the colony, especially the aging governor of the colony, Hans Georg von Doring. In the days since Black Monday, Doring has grown more reclusive and his health further declined. The effects of Black Monday and the chaos in West Africa sent Doring's health into a downward spiral, which culminated him dying early last night. With Doring dead, leadership of the colony is expected to be taken over by Duke Nicholas von Oldenburg. Well, damn. With that, my friends, the governors convene. It's time to figure out what to do about the colony. Time for petty squabbles is gone. To alleviate the effects of Black Monday, all forces within West Africa must work together to move forward. However, an adequate reaction to Black Monday will require siding with one of the major forces within the colony, something that is bound to create controversy. Currently, we can side with the plans from the Duke, Hodson, Brevi, or perhaps a much different plan from Firestone. Well, while this other stuff is fascinating in and of itself, I think that we're going to go ahead and follow with the Duke in order to keep things kind of secure for now. That brings us to the Duke's plan and seeking assistance from the Germans. The interests of Germany are the only concern of the colony. The Duke will serve German interests first and foremost, while leaving behind the interests of the French and British. They are unneeded. Besides, we have the support of Berlin in all of our endeavors, which is currently suffering from a massive financial crisis, so there's that. Fresh groove for the blossoming Middle African... We're getting a bunch of, like, colonial dance festivals. Okay, nightclubs and discos have begun to pop up more and more across Middle Africa's various cities and mega colonies. They're hit with boogie fever. What the heck? After that, we have a bailout bond from Berlin. Our rather cushy relation with Berlin is what we'll be needing to save our economy. With our domestic economy crippled, we'll have to turn to Germany to bail us out. Which actually, theoretically, maybe will give us some factories to do things. A life of finer things. When not parting with his more lowbrow companions, Nicholas von Oldenburg dons his traditional regalia and merges into the stand of aristocratic scene at Deutsch West Africa. Mingling and rubbing elbows with his fellow nobles, they sip on expensive liquor and fine coffee brewed from the local plantations, dining on treats made from locally grown cocoa and exotic fruits. Safari and great treks through the wilderness are common for the men as the women gossip in their salons, exchanging their thoughts on books and art. Or the latest rumors of the Duke and his scandalous friends. They live a fine life in this slice of the Dark Continent, entirely oblivious to the true savagery and horrors that happen outside their shining cities on the hill. Well, we'll see how that goes then. Because of that, my friends, we have the Germans are secure. German rule in the colony is now completely secure. The French and British have been swept from any position of power, and the Duke rules the colony as he sees fit, nobody daring to question him. This will actually remove Black Monday, but at the same time not actually give me the ability to do anything else. I have an industry now, thank God. Wait, no, a party of life. Nicholas Friedrich Wilhelm von Holstein-Gottorp Goltzerzog von Oldenburg. Oh, dear God. Or as he is far more commonly known in the colonies as Nicholas von Oldenburg, has come to our fine coast as the Kaiser's vessel. His post is that of Hauptmann and leader of the Grand Colony of Deutsch West Africa, and in public, he serves this post like any other stoic man of the grand German aristocracy. When not giving pompous speeches or sitting through administrative meetings with the heads of the colony, the young Duke enjoys the more lively side of life. With a reputation of throwing wild, expensive parties filled with extravagance, debauchery, and hedonistic sin, Nicholas's habits have become the topic of much discussion and rumor, with whispers of his most heinous party antics spreading like wildfire in the colony's social scene. Though it affects our prestige and standing, especially in the eye of our beloved Kaiser, the colony still manages to rule itself as effectively as it can. Are you sure about that? Are we sure? Because with that, the Germans are secure, and there is nothing else that I can do. Okay, this is not going to happen until 1937 for orders from the Hauptstadt. So now we have the Tripart Army to determine what exactly we are going to end up doing. I guess because we aligned ourselves with the Germans, this is the path that we have to do, which I know that I'm doing that, all right? Look. This is not just another German playthrough. It's not. There's a plan here. I hope. Oh, dear God, I hope this actually works. When sie kein Brot haben, as the Junkers and aristocrats of the Kaiserreich's noble family sit high on their hill, the masses they lord over frequently languish in squalor. Starvation haunts each of them, waiting for its time to strike the final blow. These hungry masses frequently congregate outside the gathering halls and ballrooms of the nobles, feasting upon their scraps and leftovers sent out to the trash to rot in the harsh African sun. The aristocrats on high avoid their gaze, trying to go out about their daily finery and activities, but some enjoy their high station a little too much. These braggarts frequently jeer and holler at the crowds, mocking them in their plight, while others, too naive or ignorant to understand the gravity of the native struggle, simply tell them to go find food, not of the trash, not realizing the difficulty of such a seemingly simple task. They truly are out of touch. Dude, I'm making things awful here. This is terrible. Togolese troops. Togoland is the center of German rule in the colony, so naturally the German-aligned army will make it the region its main focus. Guns and defenses in Togoland will be bolstered, and our existing army will be focused on Togoland. Yes. And with that, we have a complete reorganization of the armed forces. We have the option of doing what about the rest, but no, it is time to move on to orders from the Hauptstadt. Despite our nominal self-governance, we are on the whim of Middle Africa, which itself is at the whim of Berlin, from Dar es Salaam. We are now being ordered to formally reorganize our government and root out corruption. What about partying, though? Corruption has run rampant through West Africa ever since its inception. Embezzlement, kickbacks, and Firestone payouts have all taken a decent bite out of the public budget and have given power to private businesses. The government in Dar es Salaam has not paid corruption any heed for years. However, we are now receiving formal orders to fix the corruption problem in the colony. As well, we are being ordered to sort out our colony's government and create a unified bureaucracy. That would mean moving away from the current system of split French, English, German control. Yeah, that actually... Wait, no, that just magically fixed it. What the hell? Huh, no, we're actually just fixing everything. Cleanly. Amazing. Wait, the Accra riots and, oh boy, the socialist revolutionaries go and unite Russia. That's fun. The colonial regime that rules over our lands under the bloated bureaucratic nightmare that is Middle Africa is far harsher than the separated administrations of Germany, France, and Britain of old, before the last guns of the Wild Creek fell silent and the lucky few survivors returned home to our shores. Due to the immense stress and instability inherent in the merging of three widely different administrations, the colony of Deutsch West Africa has, understandably so, become a hotbed for flashpoints of public outrage and violent expression. It seems the bubbling pot of tensions has boiled over, and the great riots have begun in the port of Accra on the Gold Coast, starting over a minor protest from ex-Askari demanding the government pay their pensions, which I guess they weren't. Alright, the situation spiraled out of control when a Schutztrupp guard shot one of the protesters in panic, causing a brief gunfight and causing the death of dozens of civilian onlookers, protesters, and garrison soldiers alike. This insurrection must be put down before it spreads to the other part of the colony and puts the entire state at risk of collapse. I'm not sure what to send the army to crush them. Sure, I don't know. Apparently if I'd aligned myself with the company here and gone market liberal, it would have just allowed me to get way more corrupt. Oh, that might have actually been funny. Even as the Second American Civil War now breaks out. Next up, extend the Hinterlandbahn and just go ahead and actually fix all the varying different transport issues. The Hinterlandbahn was constructed long ago and still serves as West Africa's primary transport network. Expanding the system to the other areas of German control will allow for greater economic growth within West Africa. When we are done, all roads will lead to Loam. Not Rome. Loam. That's funny. Hey, look, it's middle of 1937. You know what we have? A single military factory now. I love it. Now with that, we then have self-sufficient towns. With more hands-off approach from colonial affairs being taken, the individual parts of our colony are becoming more and more separate. Side effect of the policy is towns popping up that are nearly completely self-sufficient. That actually gives us more infrastructure and everything here. And research. Okay, nice. Wait, hold on. Is that going to give me in Ivory Coast, Dahomey, and... Okay, so I won't actually need this last bit of infrastructure. We're going to go ahead and cancel that for construction, and maybe try and get some mills going. I'm going to need to produce some more equipment here. So with all that done, I guess that means that the next step is... Okay, can't do Navy. We're not independent, so we can't do any of that. We just got to continue down... What about the rest? The French, British, and Germans aren't the only ones in the colony. There are many other factions that vie for influence both in the army and also the government. Yeah. Anyone who has seen the state of our army can tell you one thing. It is more divided than ever. Of course, the High Command can see that. The British, French, and Germans within West Africa armed forces squabble amongst themselves. Yet it is more divided than that. There are vast subsets of different groups that exist even below the French and the British, from mercenaries to natives. These groups are bound to cause us a headache from some time in the future. Yeah, it's more complicated. So what exactly are we going to do? Reservists, settlers, mercenaries, and even some natives. Well, let's, I guess go ahead and fix all this here then. There's not really much else for us to do here right now. We're just steadily just trying to build ourselves up a little bit. And from that, actually try to get some more units. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to try. And with that, my friends, we have Concordia res parve crescent. We gain nothing from petty division. To create a strong and united force, we must be fully united. Unity makes strength, and united we cannot be defeated. Sure. It's 1938. Nothing has happened. Except the world is burning itself down to the ground, and yeah, all that has been happening. Fun. Oh my god, the entirety of Austria is on fire. Got it. Well, with that, we have all of this done here then. What comes next? A tripart navy. Okay, so after we fixed that. Yeah, awesome. How the hell am I funding any of this? Alright, with the tripart navy, we then have a couple options. Rely on the Kaiserlich Marine, join the Heydrich Reforms, or attempt self-reliance. Well, I mean, if we're going to be going to try to do things independently, why not actually just build our own navy? I mean, that's what we're going to be doing here, right? We don't need Middle Africa or Germany to protect our seas. We can protect our seas on our own. Yes, with canoes or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we don't need to pay for expensive brand new ships. We can just take ships that other nations have abandoned. These scrap ships may not be in the best condition, but they'll work just fine. What am I even doing right now? See this? See this? African pirates. That's pretty much what we got to make here right now. That's probably the only thing, and it's still going to take a full year to, like, make something. Oh, wow. 1938. Russia is already going to attack the Germans. Wow. Okay. I was not expecting it to happen that fast, actually. Coming storm, the world is changing, and so is the face of warfare. Dealing with another Will Creek on the horizon may not be cheap, but once the world is plunged into the flames of war, it will be worth it. Yeah, sure. I guess. Whoa! Hey, hold up. Nigerian Free State declared war on Garingia. Hold up. Am I... Oh, God. Oh, I'm now on the opposing side. Okay, hold on. Everything is about to collapse. It's happening. Everyone, calm down. The collapse of West Africa... Oh, God, no, it actually happened here. Wait. Our darkest fears have been realized the day we receive a final telegram from Dar es Salaam. As the assistant reads the message aloud, our brave Hotman begins to walk away, already guessing the contents of the black envelope. The colonial patchwork known as Middle Africa is collapsing before our very eyes, and soon the fires of insurrection and sedition will spread until they engulf the entirety of the Kaiser's former holdings in the Dark Continent. As this metaphorical monument to the Kaiser's colonial greed and ambition collapses into dust, so too does the dreams of a German-dominated Africa. Seeing the writing on the wall, the remaining loyal German administration has decided to retreat to Togoland to regroup and hold out against the coming storm, leaving the rest of the slave coast to whatever grisly fates await them. Oh god, the Imperial Eagle cries out one last time, over Africa as we retreat to Lome. Togoland annexes Deutsche West Africa, gains core in Togoland. We are now Togoland. Wait, was that, did it just, what? I thought it just kicked me out of there here for a second. Okay. I am now Togoland, under Walter von Wies. Okay, what the hell? There went all my experience and everything. Well, that ended that here. Do I have anything? Do I still get to keep? Well, okay, I didn't get to keep pretty much all this other stuff here, but it's fine. It's fine. We will figure this out. I still have weapons too. Okay, I still got all that. That is actually really good. This is workable. I can work with this. I can do this. This is fine. We're gonna need guns and lots of it. Okay, so it seems the first thing that we need to do here is actually try to stabilize the government, which that's not going to happen here. Instead, we have the model colony stands alone, the little Prussia of Africa. Okay, this is just like pure army stuff here. Okay, this is the stabilization, I think. Okay, the model colony stands alone. For decades, we were the only self-sufficient colony of the German Empire. Now we are on our own. We must find our way in this post-colonial nightmare of a continent as chaos takes hold of it from every angle. Okay. Olympio's offer. Wait, Sylvanus Olympio is one of the richest men in all of West Africa, a proud statesman and scholar of Togo's esteemed Olympio family. His family's wealth rivals that of even some of the Kaiserreich's own Junker houses, and with it comes a great deal of influence. In the final moments of a unified Middle Africa, Olympio has come forth with an interesting proposal. He wishes to purchase the entirety of the West African colony. With Middle Africa's implosion and the recent economic disaster, the colony is far from profitable, and Olympio's offer is rather generous to say the least. Though we would lose access to much of the wealth the colony theoretically could output, just selling it now could prove cheaper in the long run, as reforming West Africa could easily prove to be too costly to be worth it. What do we say to Mr. Olympio's offer? Quasi Bruce gets promoted to Field Marshal, or we have no options left. Wait, Quasi Bruce? Hold on. Oh, okay, so this is like an African mega corporation, essentially. It's just like a really rich tribal guy who comes in and buys up everything and then turns it into a market capitalist economy. Okay, that's fascinating. That's an interesting idea. This over here is the German part, to try and maintain our control over on this side, but I don't know about that. This one, however, looks kind of interesting. General Dajo and a Skari-dominated military under... Ooh... This looks fascinating, but I think it can only happen if Olympios actually takes charge of everything. So you know what? We might do that. We might just go ahead and do that. We have no options left. Let's just switch. Olympios' takeover. Sylvanus Olympios seized the apparatus of the state from the German colonial regime, taking control over West Africa in its entirety as he and his closest associates and allies scrambled to assemble a provisional government. This new ramshackle Republican regime shall guide the newly free nation on the rocky road towards successful native rule. However, with Olympios' growing ambitions becoming more apparent to all, not all in the nation believe that this provisional government will be as temporary as promised. In the meantime, the colonists and settlers, once adored by the old regime, now quake in their boots as they wait to see how the new majority rule government will treat them, with many settlers already packing up and leaving our shores to return to Europe or to escape to still loyal colonies throughout the last pockets of colonial rule left in Africa. The days of a German imperialism are numbered. Oh god, everything is burning to the ground. Armenian uprising, Syrian revolt, and elections are being promised. With weeks now having passed since the ascension of Olympios' provisional government, the political scene of our lands have begun to quiet down. The main political establishment, mainly comprised of Togolese politicians who were favored by the former German government and allowed to amass exorbitant fortunes under German rule, has largely fallen into line behind the Olympio family and Sylvanus, while their main opposition has emerged in what has been dubbed the Northern Alliance. Broad coalition of various political groups, rival families, and even a few remaining colonialists who have rallied around Jonathan Savi de Tove, who were all share one thing in common: their disdain for the Olympio family's dominance. With the stage now set, Olympios promised for the eventual arrival of democracy as the people clamor more and more every day for the first free elections to be held. But when? I guess that in lies the big question of what exactly is going to happen. People demand elections. The political stage of our fledgling nation has been set for some time now, and the people have grown anxious over the provisional government's apparent lack of urgency to bring about promised elections. Olympio sits within the halls of the former German colonial mansion, plotting away and scheming over his ambitions and desires as the people of our state cry for their voices to be heard. Well, hold off. We're not stable enough. It's fine. Yep, because here the rest of the tribes have broken free of the Germans, and now everything is burning to the ground. The collapse of Middle Africa. Demands grow louder. No, we can fix it. Delay it more. It's fine. We just need to bring order back to the plantations first. It's fine. Just send the workers back. We're going to basically pull a Haiti here and force everyone back onto them. That is, of course, until the military goes and overthrows Olympio. Okay, Sylvanus Olympio, whether through greed, blinding ambition, or foolishness, has killed our democracy before it ever truly began. Due to his blatant disregard of the people's voices and his ever more apparent tyrannical disposition, the proud Askari, led by Kleber Dajo, have seized control over the apparatus of state and now seek to stabilize the chaotic nightmare that has become the politics within our nation. Our nation and our lifeblood shall be safe and secure under Dajo. Gringia declared war on bro. God, yep, that is growing. That is... They're gonna have to deal with a lot of stuff here now. Am I gonna have to fight Goring? I'm gonna have to fight Goring in this, aren't I? Oh, that's lovely. Togo under Dajo's thumb. As shown by the collapse, democracy in Africa is doomed to fail, but our grand protector, Kleber Dajo, will save us from the naive Democrats and the German imperialists. Yes, indeed. This, I guess, is something that ends up stabilizing. Oh my god, we can establish a cult of personality. Oh lord. Yeah, let's go ahead and secure things because this is not good. Oh, it looks like Gringia is actually being pushed back here then. I may not have to actually fight them. Build up Dajo's inner circle. Dajo's great regime is still unsupported by many leaders in our government. However, we can pressure some of the smaller parties into our grand coalition to support our cause fully so as to form a truly united front against the Olympios, no matter the concessions we must give. I'm going to create the most corrupt African kleptocracy you can imagine. A motley crew, the group that has become known as the Northern Chiefs, is a varied and vast group of anti-colonial and anti-Olympio parties, chiefs and councils, and more, all banded together to stave off the eagle-eyed ambitions of Sylvanus Olympio. Headed by the Northern Chiefs and lords of the Moba, Kapan, Lamba, Jamba, Dembe, and Kabre tribes, this varied group holds in its ranks a wide array of ideological slants, from liberal idealists to reformists to conservative traditionalists and nationalists. The main opponent to their legitimacy has been staving off the rising socialist influence from the Togolese People's Movement, who have long sought to infiltrate the ever-broadening coalition in order to subvert our rule in their twisted pursuit of some impossible ideal. These varied representatives stand at as the last bastion between our young republic and the various vicious wolves that seek to tear us down and lead us into corruption and decadent tyranny. We must stand resolute, for democracy is the only way Togo can be free. I don't think that's what happened here. I don't think that's what happened. Yes, we need to ensure national security at all costs. Our society is deeply affected by the Germans and corrupt Democrats. With the help of Guard and our loyal Askari, we can rid ourselves of these problems as we build and secure a stable Togo. I'm gonna commit so many war crimes, I guess. On my own people. I just wanted to live out my African dictator dream. Is that so much to ask? To that end, we need a pseudo-constitution under the personality cult. President Dajo has decided that the best way to cement his control is to draft a new constitution, one which will protect the rights of all, but who is to say that we need to follow the exact wording? Electoral fraud and military backing, as well as foreign aid and our black market contacts, shall keep our government in place, while the growing cult of personality around the charismatic playboy Dajo shall keep the masses in line, lest we need to show them our more forceful alternatives once again. The Togolish Guard's reign of terror. The Togolish Guard are officially just an extra security force and legal militia, but with Dajo's approval. We could change this. By making them official arms of the armed forces, we could remove the obstacles to their potential powers, allowing them to distribute justice with unmatched efficiency. Oh my lord, we are gonna commit so many crimes. With that, as we stabilize things, we can coerce the northern chiefs. The chieftains in the north have yet to accept our regime, desperately clinging to their so-called Northern Alliance. Perhaps we could send the guard to convince them of the futility of their resistance. I'm doing so many horrible things right now. Because law and order is required above all other pursuits. Order and stability must be secured if our fledgling military republic is to survive the coming storms. By the iron fist of Danja the Guard, Togo shall persevere, and order shall reign over these once broken lands, no matter the cost. Yeah, I really am role-playing an African dictator at this point. With their political situation largely fixed, now it is time to focus on the economic matters, exporting our products down the River Volta, and then continuing their labors by forcing the people back to work, yes. Oh no, Goring! He's not gonna make it! The Superman of Africa. What the? Whoa, my god. Despite his initial subservience to the shadowy council that backed his rise, the young general Kleber Dajo has begun to truly assert himself as the charismatic patriarch that rules over our people, the beloved Iron Fist. Yes, a beloved Iron Fist. Securing his position with an ever-growing and always extravagant cult personality, with an entourage of 1,000 dancing women who sing and dance in praise of the great Kleber Dajo, laughing at his clever dad jokes and devoting their life and bodies to his desires. Our Generalissimo keeps himself surrounded by his harem when not confined to meetings, ceremonies, and other matters of state. Portraits of his charming face adorned most stores and homes in Togo. A massive bronze statue of his likeness has been erected in the capital of Lome. His face emblazoned all our money and coinage, and other art and paraphernalia featuring his face or likeness, such as unique wristwatches that show and hide his face every 15 seconds, are sold on every street corner, with Dajo even having his own comic book featuring him as an anti-syndicalist superhero with the powers of invulnerability and super strength, like an African Superman. Dodging numerous assassination attempts and threats on his life, he has these dates annually commemorated in a feast of victory over the force of evil, dining and drinking for days with his close allies and friends while forcing the nation to celebrate along with him, with parades, operas, concerts, and plays being held in his honor. Surviving numerous plane crashes, both accidental and on purpose, attacks on his life, alone as an unkillable demigod, hiding that others survived or killing them to make his own mortality more miraculous and impressive, and wearing a bullet removed from his chest during a failed hit on his life as an amulet of power and protection, Dajo has begun to believe that the universe itself wills him to guide the nation, and his growing personality cult only inflates his perception with each passing day. With electoral fraud, military dominance, corruption and graft, crime, violence, and foreign support backing his position, his hold over the nation only grows with each passing day, and with each attempt on his life failing more spectacularly than the last, it would seem that the Superman of Togo shall only continue to dominate his growing fiefdom and playground of debauchery and destruction. Okay, guys, when I said that I wanted to be an African warlord, the game did not disappoint. Alright, that means the next step after that, black market arms purchases. Yeah, we're gonna need to get some more weapons and prepare for some fun. And acquire new modern vehicles. Our French and German contacts have a plan to convert some civilian trucks into military vehicles to help modernize our army. This will allow us to spread our influence far and wide across our borders, and as we endeavor to subjugate all within Togo. Oh my god, I get helicopters. Yes! I get to be an African warlord, utilizing Vietnam technology. My friends, it is halfway through 1940, and I have a single military factory and 4 civvies. No, 3! I have 3 civvies. Actually, I got 2, and 1 is from trade. Oh, dear God. This is terrible. This is actually terrible. I am bankrupting my population in order to be able to maintain my military. But thankfully, Dajo's kleptocratic military fiefdom will be able to get even more military equipment. Dajo and the Togolish Guard have secured their dominance over the Togo apparatus of state, creating a kleptocratic junta supported by Dajo's cult of personality and the shadow clique behind him. Though many of their enemies still stalk the grass, waiting for the time to strike, Danzhou shall not give them the opportunity. Togo is strong and united finally after decades of imperialist domination, and this newfound freedom will not be lost so easily. Yeah, freedom is a bit of a misnomer, we should say. Oh, Austria just intervened in the war. How are things going up here? Oh my god, the Germans are about to get crushed. Oh, crap. And the Russian Republic, oh my god, actually Russia flipped from the syndicalists to actually go national populist, which, oh dear god, I have not seen this actually happen before. Oh my god. The French national state is already at war with the Commune of France, so that means that that means the Entente is going to be heavily distracted over here, I think. Canada is in the middle of invading the United Kingdom. Whether or not that'll mean anything, we will see. With that, my friends, that brings us to our new domain on the world stage. With our internal situation solved, it is now time for our newly sovereign state to look outwards in the wider world. Though we may be young, our nation carries with it a legacy of a dozen strong kingdoms and dynasties. We shall persevere and triumph. Add military preparation. Ooh, division training time. That's nice. And division attack on core territory. 15%. Also nice. Oh lord, Austria is... Yeah, Austria just got absolutely murdered. Germany, you are not going to last. The direction of Danzhou and the Shadow Council. Okay, alright. The young Generalissimo, clever Danzhou, and the shadowy clique of older officers, disgruntled chiefs, and hidden elites that back his military government have made great strides in consolidating their hold over Togo, working feverishly and with violent gusto in order to fully place the nation within the palms of their hands. And now, a finalized direction of structure for our stratocratic state must be decided upon. Though Danzhou and the military stand firmly in charge with the help of the former Ascari, the shadowy clique behind them wish to ensure that their interests and sources of wealth and power are secured first and foremost over any other pursuits, tugging at the seams of their fragile agreement and threatening to turn Togo into a full-blown warlord state if agreements cannot be reached. Alternatively, some suggest that the newly pardoned chiefs of the Northern Alliance and other Democrats like Nicholas Grunitsky that have joined our cause would make ideal puppet leaders to keep up the facade of democracy. But whether or not Danzhou's government will agree with this proposal or any other remains to be seen. I do not know what the actual effects of this are going to be. Let's see. Maintain military order. Have the clique. No, I don't want the clique to take charge. I'm fascinated by this whole warlord thing here, but honestly, we got to go with Danzhou. That 1,000 women harem, yeah, all that's got to be maintained. Oh, Germany is so close to falling. It's so close. Berlin is holding out. But now we have the option then of reclaiming the Ashanti Kingdom, so going after Ghana, or demanding Dahomey. Well, hold on. French national state gets demands from Togo. Wait, is Dahomey a puppet? They are, aren't they? Oh god, I hope that doesn't go against me. The war against the syndicalists is not exactly going well. The French nationalists and Republicans have long lorded over swaths of the African continent from their crumbling fortress of exiled failures in Algiers. While their back is turned, they are occupied with more important matters. We shall demand they cede our rightful lands to us, for imperialism days in Africa are over. Because the Reichspakt is collapsing, as it is. Communard triumph over the Kaiserreich. Oh god. Meanwhile, oh my god, Goringia actually bounced back. Oh no, Goringia actually took the north. I will actually have to fight against them, I'm sure. They're at war with Madagascar right now, and they are going to probably fight many others. Because it's the fall of Germany. I have never seen the war end this quickly. 1940 and this is over. I have actually never seen that happen that fast, which means that from all these states, potentially, Russia is now going to have to deal with all of this. Even as Goringia goes and declares more on even more stuff. Reclaim the Ashanti Kingdom. Yes. Wait, Kingdom of Denmark. Is more conflict happening over here? Oh dear god, it is. And Canada is desperately struggling to try and take out the British, but it's not working. It's not working. After this, of course, we may want to demand Dahomey. Ghana lies vulnerable in the chaos of Middle Africa's collapse. We could potentially strike this all-too-easy foe, allowing us to quickly and exponentially increase our land that we have in our control. However, such a violent act will be likely to cause more trouble than it's worth, and so a peace option has also been proposed. It would offer the Ashanti regime a route to peaceful unification if they agreed. What shall we do? Something... Why would this... What? Well, propose unification. See if they accept. If they do, we'll take it. Nope, okay, never mind. Board is. Goodbye. Yeah, it figures that the syndicalists would not exactly be happy with this whole scenario, but hey, you're gonna go anyway. Yep, with that, Ghana collapses, which actually, give me some trains. I'll take the equipment. Thank you. Thank you, my friends. Thank you for just giving this to me. I will take all of this. Yoink. Thank you very much. Because that now brings us to demanding Dahomey. What are the French going to say? A surprising... Oh! The French administration has surprisingly fully accepted our territorial demands, shocking our government and nation, who've come to expect some sort of payment or even war to be a response. With this easy answer, a sigh of relief has been heard across Togoland, for our people would be united without a drop of blood or an ounce of gold wasted. We mend the schisms of colonialism this day. Yes, indeed, Togoland reigns supreme. Oh, I was afraid I was actually going to have to fight him there. Well, with that out of the way, let's see, what is it that we can do? Expanding the Kaiser's favorite colony? No, we're not authoritarian dem. The fate of the Niger-Congo group. Seeking to spread our might and prosperity to new shores, our government now debates whether or not we should march out of our safe haven in West Africa in order to unite our ethno-linguistic brethren across Central Africa, from our own you people of Togo and Ghana to the Fula of Gambia, to our Bantu brethren in Congo, Gabon, Cameroon, Tecaland, Central Africa, Nigeria, and beyond. The Niger-Congo ethno-linguistic group could finally be united under one banner by our own hand, if we so choose. Oh my god, we're going with a whole African nationalist thing. I love this. Should Togo march into a new future hand in hand with the rest of Africa, post-colonial community, or should we turn inwards for the good of our own people here in West Africa? Guys, there's really only one option now, isn't there? Let's do it. Because a new idea has been realized. The various peoples of West Africa, from the Pepper Coast of Liberia to the Slave Coast of Central Africa, have long been subjected to the whims of imperialists, colonizers, capitalists, and nationalists, all seeking to devour the lifeblood of our bountiful and pristine Eden out here on the so-called Slave Coast. However, with our rule over these lands and our victories of the former slave drivers of these lands, West Africa has been saved. From the ashes of the old West African order, now rises the West African Federation, West Africa's first modern attempt at a fair and free democracy after the corrupt failure of Liberia. Now, under the rule of the Cleber Dajo, and with the ideals of democracy and liberty under our wings, yeah, sure, our newly forged nation shall take the fight to our newly ordained destiny, work, liberty, homeland. Oh my god, that actually gave me so much manpower. Which actually, wait, I got cores and all this, shouldn't I? What is this? What do you mean that it's gonna... Oh my god, this annexation thing here is annoying. I hate this freaking system in Kaiser Redux. I need to turn this off somehow. It's gonna lower my war support and also simultaneously everything else, even though I have the territory as core. Why? Well, either way, it is time to drastically increase our forces. That is gonna be necessary here. Goringia to... Oh god. Goringia is grow. Oh, that's gonna be the big threat that we're probably gonna end up having to fight. I'm a victim of my own success. Togolese ambitions on the African continent. As the military government under General Danjo pursues our own personal designs for Togo, along with special interests the shadowy clique backing his junta, the newly consolidated Togolese nation has finally been secured from potential threats. Our proud armies and police units march the streets without fear of retribution, and our stratocratic and militaristic policies have created a stable and shackled state entirely within our control, free from the democratic squabbles and colonial missteps of the past. However, as we build a stronger nation for our people, some radical warhawks and extreme tribalists wish to spread our growing nation to broader horizons. They claim that Togo must work to include not only the people of Togo and wider West Africa, but the varied people and sources of potential wealth and power of our kin across Africa within our shared Niger-Congo ethno-linguistic group. Should we march to war and try to include these far-flung relatives in our growing stratocratic fiefdom, or shall we continue to turn inwards and build our new paradise without distraction? Oh my god, I get cores on literally everything here. The Niger-Congo peoples must be united to save our future. Yes! Yes! I get war goals on basically everyone and everything. Oh my god, yes, please. With that, my friends, we launch the Little Prussia of Africa. The legacy of the Kaiserreich runs strong throughout our military, with the Askari who have secured our independence being trained and molded in their image. We shall harness this undeniable legacy and create an army worthy of the fatherland. To that end, I am not attacking the French. Doing so in this case right now would be completely stupid. What we need to do is march westward. What are we dealing with over on this side? I can't even tell how many things are over here. Nigerian Free State. Oh my god, the market liberals are so powerful on this side. I want it. I want it right now. Are these war goals going to go away? No, they're not. Okay, we're going to bide our time here and make ourselves a little bit more powerful. I do need to finish training up all these troops. After this, we need from mercenary grunts to trained officers. Mercenaries are wild in the bush of Africa, but while they certainly not the most loyal soldiers, they are already trained. Yes, give me more manpower and more divisions. Goringia took 2 steps. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no, he's growing. He's growing. I gotta go fast. Of course, my friends, because we're playing an African warlord, there really is only one feasible option for our military, and that is that the elites of this army are going to be composed of the harem members that serve the king. I mean, president. Yes, the president. This is so stupid, and I love it. Is this cavalry? These are the African Uhlans. Our cavalry harkens back to the great European armies of old, but now that we are independent, we must make a new legacy fit for Africa. Drawing inspiration from the now defunct Uhlans of Germany, we shall create a new and modern heavy attack cavalry force here on the Slave Coast, plus 15% attack and defense with Cav. That is actually huge, because we will be able to go and combine that with proper heritage, getting even more cavalry attack. And, actually I realize, supply combat penalties on core territory. All of this is my core territory now. Oh. Alright, before it is then that too much time has passed, I think, my friends, it's finally time. Let's go ahead and declare war. Let's do it. And, oh god, actually, they're throwing themselves at me. That means they probably outnumber me. You know what, let's just hold here for a while. Along with this, we will utilize Prussian professionalism. Prussian professional. Oh dear god, I cannot speak. And only now will we try to launch some strikes. Which, oh my god, that is actually horribly failing. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's actually not working at all. I'm not able to break through. Uh-oh. Maybe I should have strengthened myself a little bit further. Yep, that's not going through. They have... Oh, dear God, they actually have way more, strength than I do right now. Oh, crap. Paris against Moscow. Okay, well, as I'm dealing with things in Africa, things up here in the north are definitely heating up. Okay, let's just try to push on through here, attack as many sides. Yes, I'm going to take some losses, but if we can push through and just take out some of their supply, we'll be in a way better position than we otherwise would be. Because we have unmatched military might. Thank you. Okay, we've taken their supplies, but now at the same time, our forces are a little lacking up here in the north. Okay, we're going to need to kind of work this around. Spirit of the Army, proper heritage. Go ahead and get that secured, and that will reduce all of our supply issues. So with this, unmatched military might, that means all of my divisions get plus 5% attack and defense, plus on top of this, we have the 15% attack and defense for cavalry, so that's 20% for them, and then on top of that, we're going to have the officer corps here for proper heritage, which means an additional 5% attack and defense. So, that is plus 25% attack and defense for the harem, because my ladies are vicious. Oh god, they are actually throwing themselves at my line here. Okay, alright, you can last, buddies, just let them bleed themselves out, it is perfectly fine. Oh my god, I just realized that, hold on, no. Are you actually in a faction with all this? I'm only at war with the Nigerian Free State, right? Okay, yeah, I am. Oh, dear god, I realized that potentially this could lead to a much greater issue here. I've lost 16,000 men here so far, but I've killed off 74,000. Oh my god, they have so many men. Oh, I'm gonna need to bleed them here for a while. Dear god, they really just don't want to throw themselves at me this entire time here. Okay, let's see what we can do to try to weaken them then. Let's see if maybe we can push through here, and oh my god, Goringia is getting so big. I have to take this. I have to take it faster, please. Come on, take their capital. Yes, there goes Lagos. Okay, that's a huge fall on this side. And if I could keep on pushing through in a slow, grinding path, maybe eventually I'll be able to take them out here. This is such a slow, methodical grind. As I move forward, I am getting manpower. I am getting it. But holy crap, does this suck. Alright, let's just go ahead and move forward and start consolidating all of our lines. This is fine. If we can just push forward here now and try to take out the last couple of their settlements, or at least the ones over on this side, we should be in a great position. There we go. Sokoto, Kano, please. Oh, come on, just fall already. Okay, with that, finally, we have the fall of the Nigerian Free State. I should have I have the overwhelming majority of scores. So, yoink, we're just going to go ahead and take all that. And, wait, Hossaland. What do you mean, Hossaland? Hossaland shouldn't exist. What is this shit? Oh, I guess they were on a warpath in order to try and conquer everything, so now I just got everything. Well, that's fun. They're part of the Cairo Axis. I'm gonna need to go ahead and start preparing for more things. So, I guess we're just gonna go after Cameroon then. That initial fight was absolutely awful. Now, though, everything should be significantly easier. Oh my god, the French national state is also at war with Egypt, which means they... Oh god, they are literally at war with everyone. Holy crap. And the Russians are at war with everyone. Everyone is at war with everyone. What a peaceful world we've made. Yep, with the fall of Cameroon, we go ahead and take all of that. Yoink, thank you very much. More resources for the pile. I greatly appreciate it. And the Kingdom of Spain, yeah, I don't have a war goal on that here. Do I have a war on anything else? Yes, I do. Okay, thank you very much. First off, the Teke Kingdom, gone. And after them, Gabon. And with them gone, who's up next on the shopping block? The Chari Emirate. Ooh, you look nice. But it also looks like you've sold out your country to foreign miners, and I don't like that. So with that means you die. And goodbye, Chari Emirate. Thank you very much. That means next up is the Congo. And with that, my friends, we've completed the whole thing for our national focus. All this is done. All that's left to do is save Africa as an insane dictator. Yeah. Wait, Goringia was also trying to fight them at the same time. No. No. I'm taking everything. Oh, that's what it is. This is a whole separate thing that I can't actually fight at all. Goringia is at war with everything around me here, and it literally does not matter to me. No, instead, the unitary state of Niger-Congo, we've actually done it. I think we actually managed to take control of everything as our super mad African warlord dictator. Technically speaking, if I wanted to, right now, I could actually wage a war on the French national state. I could do all that, but do I not have any more war goals? Goringia. I do have war on Goringia, Hoslan, Bornu, and Kenya. Oh, I could technically fight. Oh, wait, nope, never mind. Now it's going to be happening. Yep, Goringia goes and takes the territory, which means that would actually be the perfect opportunity for me to strike. Unless if they declare war on someone else. Nope, they just went ahead and declared war on me anyway. You shouldn't have done that, my friend. You should not have done that. Goring, this is the revenge that everyone wanted last time. It is now time for the Native African Empire to take back what is rightfully ours. You sick bastard. Go, my brothers. Storm through the capital. Reclaim your glory. Let the mad German hunt. Tanganyika joins the anti-Goring pact. Oh, he's facing revolts. Oh my god, in a bloody battle. The battle of the ages as they throw themselves at me and I try to get more men into the line. I actually do need a lot more men to go into the line. So let's just spawn these out, please. Thank you. While it is that we have the opportunity, we need to go ahead and try and push. We are pushing with great losses. This is pain, but we are going to make it, my friends. I swear we are going to make it. If I have to surround and destroy every single one of these damn units myself, I will do it. Goring, how does it feel? Your dreams are crumbling before your very eyes. This time, it is the great harem warlord who rises to the supreme position, not the crazy druggie who does a lot of things that I'm not able to actually describe on here. But if you haven't seen the episode of Goring, you need to go back and watch it, my friends. With that, Goringia collapses. We take everything. The great threat to African peace is gone. Yes, Tanganyika, Buganda, Kenya, all this is still something now exists. And technically speaking, I can go and I can wage war on all of those. But to be honest, I think I'm basically done here. That was the grand threat. Everything else is just kind of mopping things up. So that, my friends, I think that we're going to end things here today. This was a ton of fun. So that was an incredibly boring game, arguably funny, but boring for the first, couple hours that I was doing things there and trying to set everything up. But once you get Togoland out of that, that was genuinely hilarious and entertaining, and that was such a challenge to be able to micro and have to fight against things over here in, what was it, Nigeria? Yeah, Nigeria. That was a ton of fun, and then everything else from then on. The big fight against Goring, it's like a super villain that gets built up into all this. I love it. I loved it. That was so much fun. My friends, this has been Stucky with another Kaiser Redux A to Z playthrough. We are finally moving out of the Deutsches. So with that, I'm going to leave you all here for the next one. Goodbye, my friends. Make sure to like the video, and I'll see you all here next time.